Hi guys, I'm Luke and I'm doing Subject Focus for RC News. This month's Subject Focus is History and we'll be interviewing students and teachers. So, sir, tell us about senior cycle history.
Senior cycle history, it's divided up between like Europe and the wider world, and then Irish history. So at the moment the fifth years will be doing, just finished the Irish Civil War, so we did the War of Independence, Civil War. Now we're going to talk about how the Irish government got set up, how economically Ireland developed, whereas the sixth years are talking about the United States. We're just kicking off the Cold War. We're going to talk about racism in the United States, how people use like propaganda and fear of communism, and how that's kind of maybe relevant today to why some people are using propaganda and fear to get elected in the United States, maybe a fear of Mexicans, immigrants, Muslims, stuff like that, if that kind of rings a bell. So it's like real relevant today. And then we do stuff like World War II and how did Ireland develop economically in the European Union and stuff like that.
Alright, so lots of detail.
Oh yeah, it's loads, like, and you cover a lot of it. Like.
So what's the difference between junior and senior cycle?
Big difference. Like the information is a little bit heavier, but in junior cycle history you're going to be asked a lot more of like just, talk about Christopher Columbus, talk about the War of Independence. In senior cycle we ask you, well, what does that mean? Like for the Civil War, it's like, how did the treaty lead to the Civil War? For dictatorship and democracy, it's like, not what did Mussolini, Hitler and Stalin do for propaganda and terror, how did that keep them in power? So you're asked to put in your own opinion and show how the stuff they did affects wider history as well. So it's a lot more analytical, it's not just facts, to make a good argument. Like.
So which do you prefer teaching, junior or senior cycle?
Junior cycle is a lot of fun, like it's a lot to it, but you really get some great debates going in senior cycle history. Like, do you think that they were right to be afraid of communism? Do you think that they were right to put people on trial for it and stuff like that?
People question the class.
That's it, yeah, it's all like a debate and stuff like that. And like with history, if you can back your points up and I can't argue back, you're right, I can make points that I'd say are right and I'll back them up, so you can kind of get both sides of it, and there's a lot of grey area. There's no black and white, it's not Star Wars.
Would you recommend the students to do senior cycle history?
Absolutely, like it's really interesting, there's loads to it. If you like history at junior cycle, you'll love it at Leaving Cert cycle. If you're good at English as well, maybe history is not your favourite subject, but you're good at English, you're good at debating, senior cycle history is right up your alley, because it's not just learning off the information, it's how do you put an argument together, how do you put an essay together, and the stuff we study is really interesting as well.
So do you have a favourite topic to teach?
I love World War II.
Yeah.
Anything from the Nazis all the way up to the end of World War II is just so interesting. America is kind of becoming my second favourite now. Race relations, stuff like that. How did America go from being a completely racist country 70, 80 years ago to where we are today, where racism still exists, but it's a lot more shunned than it used to be.
Yeah, so thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
Hi guys, I'm here with Enda. He's the Art Kinnery and he studies senior cycle history. So would you prefer junior or senior cycle?
I'd say for senior cycle, because you study less in senior cycle, but you go into it in a lot more detail.
Alright.
So it's more interesting if you're interested in those topics.
And what's your favourite topic?
I'd say my favourite topic would be Irish history, like the Civil War and the War of Independence and all that. Yeah.
Pretty boring. Whatever you like.
Depends on what you're into.
Are we having a debate here?
Well, I have to get back to class.
Oh yeah. Okay, so what do you recommend it?
I'd recommend it for people who are interested in history and the topic, because if you are, then you'll definitely find it interesting. But if you're not, then you'll just be bored out of your mind. So.
Perfect. Thanks very much. Hi guys, this is Mark. He's in junior cycle history. So do you enjoy junior cycle history?
Yeah, I think it's very good.
Yeah. Why is that?
I just was really big into history since I was young, and very into it.
What's your favourite topic?
Would be ancient Rome.
Why is that?
I really like the ancient Greek and Roman world, as well as learning about like the life back then and their myths and legends.
Oh, very cool. Okay, I don't know the last question. So do you plan on doing senior cycle history?
Yeah, I do.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, it seems very good, so you get to look at every topic in more detail. So.
Alright, thank you very much. Thanks guys, and make sure to tune in next month for the next month's subject focus.